WordPress is one of the most popular tools in the world for creating a website. Created in 2003 and whilst initially known for blogging, WordPress can now be used as a content management system or CMS and used to create any type of website or blog. The core WordPress software is available free and is maintained and developed and with new features added by hundreds of developers all around the world. And in fact, WordPress's open source license means that anybody can contribute to the development of the platform. WordPress itself is free, but to run it, you will need a web host. That's somewhere where you can install WordPress and use it in order to run your site. It's your own little space on the internet. WordPress's popularity means it's supported by virtually all web hosts. And you can even get hosts which offer services such as a one-click install, so it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to get WordPress running on your site. You can also host your own website for free using WordPress.com, which will provide you with free hosting for your site with premium add-ons available, but you get a little less control about how it works. WordPress is powered by something called the dashboard, and here this is really the control center of your site, and what's more, it's really easy to use. From the dashboard, you can customize essentially everything about your site, and adding content is really easy. If you know how to use a text editor, such as Microsoft Word, then you're going to know how to be able to create content in WordPress. You can add content such as posts with fields here for a title, and the familiar bold, italic, and other styling options for your text. You can also drag and drop images or other media into the post, and then to put that onto your site, all you need to do is click Publish. What's more, you can also apply pre-built designs or themes to your site in order to get a professional looking design at little or no cost. Hundreds and thousands of different themes are available, so you know you're going to be able to find something that suits your site. And it's being able to install these pre-packaged themes which really add to the extensibility of WordPress. And in fact, services such as My Theme Shop offer premium WordPress themes where you can purchase premium designs such as e-commerce, business, magazine websites or personal blogs at little cost, but have that professional design available to you. WordPress also uses things called plugins, which are little bits of code that you can plug into your site in order to add functionality to it. You can add things such as contact forms, translations, subscriber forms, anti-spam tools, and much, much more. There are thousands and thousands of free and premium plugins available, which allow you to really add to the functionality of your site. And finally, WordPress's functionality means there's a huge amount of support available to you, so you can really get to know how to use the WordPress software without needing professional help every time you need to change something. There's a huge amount of tutorials, video tutorials, and documentation available, and if you purchase a premium theme or plugin, then you're going to get premium professional support available to you. WordPress is web software that you can use to create a beautiful website or blog. It's one of the most popular in the world and is hugely flexible and functional. Millions of websites are using WordPress, and hopefully this video has showed you why you should too. You may be wondering what's the difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com, and you certainly wouldn't be alone in doing so. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to clear up any confusion you might have between the two websites. WordPress is web software which you can use to create beautiful websites or blogs, and it is the software which powers the website itself. WordPress, the software, is open source and freely available for anybody to use. In a nutshell, WordPress.org hosts the open source software itself, which anybody can download and use on their website, whereas WordPress.com is a commercial website which offers a hosted version of WordPress, which is initially free but has various paid-for add-ons. So the question when deciding whether to use WordPress.org or WordPress.com is essentially a question of whether to download and host the WordPress software yourself by using the WordPress software from WordPress.org in combination with a web host of your own, or whether to use the pre-hosted version of WordPress on WordPress.com. I'm just going to explain in a little bit more detail the pros and cons of each of those. So a self-hosted version of WordPress, which you can get from WordPress.org, offers you complete control over your website, and it hosts your content on your terms. You are in complete control of everything on your website. And that means you can install your own themes and plugins, including any premium themes or plugins, which you might get from a premium theme and plugin maker, such as mythemeshop.com. And with those themes and plugins, you can more or less do anything you want with your website. You can make any customizations you want, including editing the code that powers the website by going into the theme editor and changing the code. And whilst you might not want to do this yourself or might not want to do this right now, in the future it offers future-proof ability. And if you ever want to hire someone, for example, to make more advanced changes to your website, then you've got that option available to you. However, using the self-hosted version of WordPress requires that you have your own web hosting and also your own domain name or website address. Web hosting and website addresses are typically available from anywhere from about $5 per month, although some hosts offer introductory deals which are cheaper. You're also responsible for things such as backup and security of your own site, although some managed hosts are available which will handle this for you, but they are more expensive. So with more control adds more responsibility. With using a self-hosted version of WordPress, you can change literally anything on your site, but you do also need to make sure you keep your site well maintained. WordPress.com, however, offers free usage of a hosted version of WordPress, which is very fast and easy to set up. You'll see if you go to WordPress.com, you can just click Create Website, and then add in your site address, and click Create Site. Add in some details, click Next, choose a design, and then you've got your website set up in only a couple of seconds. WordPress.com is very fast and easy to use. However, the free version only includes a website address which includes .wordpress.com in the URL. So for example, your blog might be myblog.wordpress.com. You do have the option to use your own website, for example, myblog.com, but doing so does come with a yearly fee, similar to how it would with a self-hosted version of WordPress. And indeed, there are a number of premium options, including more web space, support for audio and video, and more customization, but these are typically more expensive per year than the equivalent functionality using a self-hosted site. Some plugins are included with WordPress.com, including things such as website statistics and a comment and feedback form. And you do have the option to buy some upgrades, but you can't install your own plugins to add functionality. The only functionality offered on WordPress.com is that which is built in. And indeed, you can choose between hundreds of themes on WordPress.com, and some of these are free and some of these are paid. But you can't install your own themes, so if you don't like the ones available, you're not going to be able to add your own premium or free themes. What's more, you can't edit the code either, so there's limited scope for customization in the future. With WordPress.com, you don't control the platform which powers your site, which means you have much less scope for customization, but if you are looking to get set up quickly at low cost, then WordPress.com may be the one for you. So that's the difference between the two. Using a self-hosted version of WordPress on WordPress.org is suitable for those needing flexibility, extra functionality through custom themes and plugins, and indeed the ability to change the code that powers the site, and also you have full control over the content. WordPress.com is best for those wanting a fast, simple site, but who don't want the scope for customization, custom themes, custom plugins, extra functionality in the future. Of course, you can find details about WordPress.org and WordPress.com at WordPress.org and WordPress.com respectively. Thank you very much for watching. Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. As you may already know, WordPress is free open source website management software. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to install the self-hosted version of WordPress. It's available from wordpress.org onto your own hosting and website address. At this point, I've already got my hosting set up, but if you need to purchase hosting, then you can find some recommended hosts on mythemeshop.com. But with your host set up, and then you should find that your host offers cPanel, which is a control panel for web hosts. And from cPanel, you want to log in there and then scroll down until you find Soft Delicious Apps Installer. You should find this under Software, and if you don't see this, you might find a specific button for WordPress. And you can just click Soft Delicious Apps Installer there. You'll either find WordPress under Top Applications, as I can here, or if you click on Blogs, then you can then choose WordPress from that drop down. And to install it, you just need to click Install. If you have SSL available with your hosting, then you can enable that there. If you have multiple domains, you can choose which domain to set it up with, but I've only got the one, so I'm going to set it up with myawesomedesign.com. If you want to install WordPress at a specific directory, for example, /blog, then you can just type that in there. Or if you want to install it on the root, so just at .com or .net or whatever domain extension, then you can leave that blank there. That needs to be a directory that does not exist, and you don't need to add any slashes to it. You can choose the database, which is not something you'll need to worry about the name. Those defaults will be fine. You can choose your site name, for example, My Awesome Design, and then you can have a site description. You can choose whether to enable WordPress multi-site, which is something you'll probably not want to do. You can choose your admin username and then password, and you can just click this button here to generate a secure password. You can set your admin email, choose a language, and select whether to install a limit login attempt plugin. That just adds some extra security and will stop people trying to brute force attacks to just guess your password. And then here you have some advanced options, such as if you want to disable update notifications, auto upgrading, which you'll probably want to turn on, auto upgrading plugins, and also themes, and you can just turn those on by clicking those buttons there. And then you can also choose whether to email your installation details to your email address, but you don't have to there. And if you do, you just need to enter your email address. And then click install. It's going to check the data you've submitted. And then your host is going to install the software. And you can see that's only taken a moment. If I now visit my website, myawesomedesign.com, and hit refresh there, then we can see I've got my WordPress blog set up. And if we click on this link here to the administrative URL, then you can add your username and password that you've just created. Hit the remember me, press login, and then you're going to be taken to the WordPress dashboard. And it's from here that you can set up everything to do with your site and start your WordPress journey. That's how easy it is to install WordPress on your own hosting, self-hosted version of WordPress. Hope that's been helpful to you, and thank you very much for watching. The WordPress dashboard is where you make everything happen for your WordPress site, and fortunately it's really easy to use. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to give you a quick introduction on how to get started with using the WordPress dashboard on your WordPress installation. So the first thing to do to access the dashboard is to log in, and you'll either see this perhaps on your sidebar if you're using the default WordPress theme, and you just need to click login. Or if you don't see that button, then you want to go to your website address and then type in wp-admin next to that, and then click enter. So here it's myawesomedesign.com/wp-admin. And from there you can just add your username and your password and then click login. And that's now going to take you to the WordPress dashboard. This is the administrative area where you can control everything to do with your WordPress site. You're going to see that you've got this main section here where you've got things such as a welcome box, which will help you get started, an at a glance section, your recent activity on your site showing recent content and comments. You've got a box here for quick drafts and also a box for WordPress news. Then you're going to see down the left hand side you've got things such as notifications for updates, So this number means I've got one update available at the moment. You've got your posts, pages, any images or media and comments here. And then you've got the more administrative sections at the bottom, such as the appearance, any plugins, extra users, some tools, and then some settings. You're then going to see across the top, you've got this notification bar or admin bar. And on the far left-hand side, you've got some information about WordPress with links to the WordPress documentation. This will be a link to your site's homepage. This is another update notification. How many comments you've got awaiting moderation. And you've got a quick link here to add new posts, media, pages, or user. And then on the far right-hand side, you've got your profile. And if you click edit your profile, then you can access that, change any information, so change your email address, change your password, that kind of thing that is available from clicking edit my profile. We're going to keep our attention on this main dashboard page though, and first look at the Welcome to WordPress section. As I said, this contains some useful links to get you started with WordPress. You've got this big blue button here is going to take you to a section which will allow you to customize your site. Or you can change your theme completely. And if I just click on that, you're going to see that loads up the WordPress theme customizer. And from here that you can change any visual details about your site, such as colors, images and such like, background images and so on. Or you can change your theme completely by clicking that button and choosing a new theme. You can also write your first blog post or add a page and then view your site, which you can also access from this bar at the top. You can manage widgets or menus. Widgets are details in WordPress which allow you to drag and drop and change around extra content, which are typically in your blog's sidebar. So you might have, for example, a widget showing your most recent posts or your most recent comments, and you can access that by clicking on widgets there. Menus are obviously the menus that display on your site, which will typically have homepage, about page, contact page, that kind of thing. That's how you access your menus. You can turn comments on and off with this quick link here. And also you've got a link to a page on WordPress.org, which will show you first steps with WordPress. And it might be useful having a read of that in order to get some more information on how to get started. Once you feel confident you've looked at all that, you can just click dismiss there. And that's going to hide the welcome box. And you'll see this is what you normally have when you load up WordPress once you've been using it for a while. The at a glance section is going to display at a glance information and statistics about your site, such as the version of WordPress you're running, and you'll always want to keep that up to date. And you'll get notifications here, as I mentioned earlier, when you've got updates available, your WordPress theme, as well as how many posts, pages, and comments you have. You may wonder when you've just installed WordPress why there are posts, pages, and comments when you haven't added any yourself. And these are just the dummy content that gets added to WordPress. And you can just safely delete these. You're also going to see below that you've got recent activity. So for example, today I have the Hello World post, which is the dummy post that gets added, as well as a dummy content. And from this section you can reply. You can approve or unapprove, edit, mark as spam, or trash any comments. As this is just the default dummy content, I'm just going to trash that to remove the Mr. WordPress comment. On the right hand side, you've got a quick draft section, and this will allow you to quickly add drafts to your WordPress site without even leaving the dashboard. So I can add a title and then just add some content. And once you're done with that, you just need to click save, and that's going to display here in your recent drafts. And you can click on that to load that up in the full post editor. Finally, at the bottom, you've got some WordPress news. This will display news from a select number of WordPress sites, such as Matt Mullenweg's, who is the co-founder of the WordPress project. Right at the bottom, you also got a popular plugin section. So you can see here what the popular plugin is, and also install it with one click there. All of these boxes you can drag and drop as well as collapse in order to change them around to how you want. And you're also at the top going to see you have screen options where you can turn on or off just by ticking these boxes, the different sections, and you can turn on here the welcome box that we dismissed earlier. and then collapse that again. To the right of that, you've also got some help options, and this will display contextual help information for the page you're on. So if you're ever on the dashboard and you're not sure what's quite happening, then you can just click on the drop down for the help. That's going to bring up contextual information, so it's relevant to the page you're on. And it's going to give you a bit more information. So you've got an overview here, information about navigation, the layout, as well as the content. And you see those are the items I've just displayed. For more information, you've got those links on the right hand side, and you can just collapse that when you're done. In order to get off this main dashboard screen, as I mentioned, we've got these links on the left hand side, and you can click on those as well as use these quick links up here. You want to use those to really get fully into the WordPress experience, but the dashboard is exactly where you need to start. I hope this has been a helpful overview for you, and thank you very much for watching. WordPress has two main ways of publishing content, posts and pages. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to quickly explain to you the difference between posts and pages and how you can use them on your WordPress site. Posts are your main pieces of content on your blog. These are typically displayed in reverse chronological order on the homepage of your site. So that means that the most recent posts are displayed first. You can group posts by things such as category and tags, and visitors will typically visit a blog in order to see the latest posts. Pages, on the other hand, are pieces of static content that typically don't change too much over time. This may include things such as an about page or a contact page. You can have a hierarchy of pages, so for example, the about page might have a page below it with contact details, but you can't put these into categories or tags. If we just click on posts here, this will take us to the screen that will help us manage our posts. And you can see here, these are all of the posts that I have created on my site. I have one draft and one published. If I press add new, this is going to take me to the screen which will allow me to add a new post. And here you'll be able to see we can have a title, extra content, the main body of the content here, as well as in some themes you'll be able to choose a format, a category, tag, and featured image. You can save, preview, and publish. Once you publish a blog post, it's typically going to go straight onto the front page of your website, and if any readers subscribe by services such as RSS, then it will be automatically sent to them as well. Pages, however, if we just click on pages, as I mentioned, are pieces of static content, and you can see here I've only got one page, but if I click add new, then we're going to see that I have not got the category or tag options here, but instead I've got some page attributes where I can choose a parent page that will create a hierarchy of pages there. You still have the title and the main body of content, but when you click publish, that's just going to be going onto your site without necessarily putting it onto the homepage and without sending it automatically to new subscribers. So pages are for pieces of static content that you don't want to be sent out to your subscribers. If I just visit the homepage of my site, then we're going to see here I've got that one post I have published, but you'll note I don't have that page displaying by default, and in order to display that I might want to put a link in my sidebar or in the menu. So pages are for pieces of static content, and posts are for those new pieces of content that you want to be publishing regularly on your blog. That's the difference between the two. I hope that's been helpful, and thank you very much for watching. The WordPress editor is what you use to create content in WordPress. It's exactly the same on both posts and pages, and today I'm going to give you a quick overview on how it works and how you can use it to create content on your WordPress powered site. I'm going to use this example with posts, but it's exactly the same editor with pages. And the first thing we need to do is go to posts and then click add new. This is going to take us to the new post page. And you'll see here, this main section of the site is the post editor. The first thing you'll see is you have space for a title. This is where you can add the title of your post or page. So I'm just going to add a title that says this is a title. You'll see that WordPress automatically saves a permalink which I can edit, and also have a button to view the post. Permalinks are the URL to your post on your website, and they are typically just the title with hyphens in between any spaces. These won't appear on your site until you publish the post, and so this is just for your reference at the moment, but you can edit it by clicking edit and then typing in any additions you want to make. Say if you're updating, you might want to add update, and just press OK in order to do that. The next section is the main body of the post editor, and this is a what you see is what you get editor. What that means is if you see any changes you make here, then they're going to be displayed on your site. You can obviously type in the content you want to display, but I'm just going to paste in some dummy content that I've created earlier. I can create extra paragraphs just by pressing the return key. I can highlight text that I want to use these extra styling options on. For example, I can bold, italicize, strike through. I can create bulleted or numbered lists, and I can do that just by pressing that button there. And to create additional bullets, I just need to hit return in order to add those there. To remove that, I just need to unclick the bulleted list button. I can add a numbered list and it's the same. Just press that button and then add returns in order to add the extra numbers to your list. And you can turn that off again by just pressing that numbered list button. You can add what's called a block quote, which is a type of styling you might use for quotes or other call out information. And so I can add that there to that whole paragraph just by pressing the block quote button. And you'll see this changes the styling of this text here, and it will display as it will on my site. And this is the what you see is what you get nature of the editor. I can also add in a horizontal line. So to remove this block quote, I just need to click the block quote button to stop that continuing. And a horizontal line there just by pressing that button, which is a styling line I might use to separate my content. And I can also change the justification of the text, and then I can align it left, center, or right. You can also add links here by just selecting the text you want to link, for example here, and then pressing the insert or edit link button. You have the option to enter the URL that you want to link to, or you can use this drop down to search from existing content that you've already published on your site. So if I want to link to the Hello World post, then I just need to tick that and press add link, and that's going to add that link. And to remove the link, same process, just select that and then press remove link. You can also insert a read more tag. If you're displaying whole content on your homepage or archive pages on your site, then inserting the read more tag, which you can do just by hitting return to create a space and then pressing insert read more, that's going to create a break on the archives of your site. So on your homepage, for example, it will only display the content that is above that read more tag, and then it will have a button that says read more, where you can click through to the rest of the post in order to read the rest of the content. You can just delete that by pressing delete there. And then the next button on the editor is the toolbar toggle. This will bring down a whole bunch of extra styling options. For example, here we have a drop down that will allow you to choose between different types of text. So if I wanted to add a heading, then I would perhaps shorten this piece of text. If I wanted to make this my heading, then I could just use this drop down, select heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, or pre-formatted text, or I can revert that to a paragraph just by selecting the one at the top. Also got underline option here. You can have text aligned justify, so this is going to spread the text out along the whole of the line. You can change the text color. You can paste any text which has any extra styling on it, or you can clear the formatting of any text you've selected. So if I select this, I can press the clear formatting button, and that's going to remove the extra formatting I've added there. You can add any extra special characters, such as these different currency signs or different ligatures that you might have in different languages. You've also got a button to increase or decrease an indentation, as well as undo or redo. And you've also got a shortcut here to find out the keyboard shortcuts in WordPress that will allow you to use the editor just a little bit faster. And if we scroll down to the bottom, we're going to see we've got a word count and the most recent draft saved. And WordPress will automatically save your drafts, but to do so manually, you just need to click the Save Draft button on the Publish section there. And once that's done, it will update the draft, and you can then preview your post by clicking Preview Post. And that's going to load up a live preview of what the post will look like on your website when it's published. This is not published yet, it's just for your reference so that you can check that the what you see is what you get editor, and all the content you've got here is displaying as you want it on your site. So this is just a quick overview on how to use the editor in WordPress. There are some additional options such as adding media, but we'll cover those in later videos. You also have specific options for posts and pages, but again, we'll look at those later. It's just a quick overview on using the editor in WordPress. Hope this has been helpful, and thank you very much for watching. Creating a new post in WordPress is one of those essential items that it's key to know how to do in order to get the most out of your WordPress powered site. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be showing you how to create your own posts on your WordPress installation. This is very easy to do. From the WordPress dashboard, you want to go to Posts and then click Add New. This will take you to the standard WordPress editor. So as you're hopefully familiar with, on the left-hand side here, we've got a space for a title and your main content. But then on the right-hand side, we've got space for additional information about your post. This includes the status of the post, formats of the post, any categories, tags, and any featured images. You'll want to add your content and your title on the left-hand side. So I'm going to add my title here. And then I'm just going to paste in some content that I've created earlier. And you can, of course, add the styling options that we've discussed earlier using these buttons here. And you also have that toolbar toggle if you can't find this section here. The important parts of your post, though, I include changing the permalink, which you can do by pressing Edit here. This is the URL of your blog post, and you can just change that by using this editor here. You can add any media by pressing the Add Media button, but that's something we're going to look at later. On the right-hand side, you have the option to change the status of the post, so it can either be pending review, draft, or if you click publish, that will publish it. If you're using a blog with multiple authors, then you might want to put posts into pending review, which the editor can then look at, approve, and then publish once you're finished writing them. You can change the visibility to be published, stuck on the front page, that will stick it to the top of your front page. Or you can have it password protected and you can choose a password, or you can select it to be private, which will mean it will only show to users who are logged in. You probably want to stick those to public and then press OK. And you also have the option to schedule posts, which you can use this date picker here to put that in the future if you want to schedule your content. If you leave that blank though, then that will just publish it immediately. And you can just click publish in order to do that. You also have the option to move your post to the trash if you want to bin it. You have different post formats here. These are available in some themes, so if you don't see this, then do not worry, it just doesn't come with your theme. You can use this to tailor the design of the site to the specific type of content you've got. Standard is what you'll normally have, but you can also have asides, which will be for short notes, images for single images, video for videos, quotes for quotes, link for link posts, galleries for gallery posts, statuses for status style updates. You also have audio and chat. You'll probably want to leave that on standard most of the time, and you can just leave that on standard regardless if you have any of these type of content in your post. You also have categories. These are groups for your content, and you can select as many categories as you like. You just need to tick the category you want the content to display in. And you can also click Add New Category in order to add additional categories. So I might have an extra category for media and one for politics perhaps. And you can also add subcategories, and to do that you just need to click this drop down and then select the parent category. So I might have domestic politics just by adding that subcategory there. And you can just tick or untick these in order to add posts to these categories, and you can have as many as you like. So I might have this as domestic politics, but also news. You can also add tags. These are typically for brief identifiers of the content. So I might have the name of the politician in my domestic politics piece, and perhaps the party that the politician's in. It's those kinds of things for adding tags there. And you can have as many of those as you like, but also click these crosses there to remove them. You can also add a featured image, which is something your design may support. And to do that, you just need to click Set Featured Image and choose from an image in your library. I've already got one uploaded, so I'm just going to click Set Featured Image, choose an image I've already uploaded, or upload a new one, which is something we'll cover later on, and then click Set Featured Image in order to add that featured image. Once you're ready to go and you're happy with everything, you can preview by pressing the preview button, and this is going to show you what the post will look like when published on your site. And once you're happy with all of that, you can make any additional changes and press save. Or once you're happy, you can press publish, and that's going to publish that onto your site. And we'll see post publish, and if we view that, we've got our new post published on our site. And you see how quick and easy that is. WordPress is a really powerful tool, and using posts, creating new posts is integral to your WordPress experience. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and thank you very much for watching. Once you've started creating and publishing posts and content in WordPress, you might want to be able to edit your posts. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to edit your posts in WordPress. Here you'll see I'm on my WordPress site and I'm already logged in, as you can see from this admin bar at the top. If you're not logged in at this point, then you'll want to do so. You'll see the first point I have at the top of my site is a status post type. And here I have a status update saying the site will be down for scheduled maintenance this weekend. If I just click on the post, then you'll see we're now on the post and there's a extra button added up the top that says edit post. Clicking this is going to allow me to go to the WordPress dashboard and the post editor, and you will see here that I have the post and the content from this post displaying here. I can then edit the post and change the content as I would normally, and I just need to, here I might want to add some bold text and then say scheduled maintenance was successful. And once I'm done with that, I just need to press update. And then if I view my post, then we're going to see the update has been automatically applied, and that's now displaying on our site. So if we go onto our home page, we're going to see we've got the update to the post has been made. I'll show you what this looks like on a standard post. So if I click on that here and then press edit post, this is just a regular post type. This is just a post with a featured image, which is set down the bottom right. Then again, you can make any of the changes you want here, including perhaps we'll just drop in an image here by pressing add media, selecting from our media library and pressing insert into post. I'm going to press update there, and then that's going to be updated, and we're going to see that change made to the post, and now I've got the image. And you'll see to edit any of these posts, you just need to click on the post and press edit post and then make the changes that you want to see. However, there's a second way of doing this. If I just head to the home page on the dashboard, then if we click on posts from here, then you're going to see we've got a list here of all of the posts that we have published previously. We can access by hovering over a quick edit button, which will allow you to quickly change the post title, the post URL, which is also called the slug, the date the post was published, and a password if you'd want one to have your post password protected, as well as any categories, tags, and checkboxes to allow comments and pingbacks. You can also change quickly whether the post is published, pending review or draft, and whether it's a sticky post that stays stuck to the top of your website. And then clicking update is also going to make those changes. So you don't even have to go into the post editor. If you're just quickly making some changes, this is a great way of doing it. So for this update, I might want to amend the title here and say now completed, and then update. And if we now visit our homepage, if we click on to read the rest of the status, you're going to see we've got the update now completed. And you can do that for any of these. You can add a title where this quote we haven't got a title. We can add one here if we wanted, as well as change the categories and tags. And to access in more detail the rest of the post editor, you just need to click on any of these. So if I want to show off my new posts, this post, I just need to click onto that, and then you're going to see we're back at the post editor. And we just need to click update in order to make those changes. You can even change your post format if you want. You just need to check any of those tick boxes, as well as change tags, featured image. You can change absolutely anything after you've published your post. If you even change the URL, then WordPress will automatically redirect visitors to the old URL to the new one, so nobody gets lost. Editing posts in WordPress is really easy, and hopefully this video has shown you exactly how you do it. Thank you very much for watching. Creating and editing pages is one of those essential items when using a WordPress powered site. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create and edit pages on your site. The difference between posts and pages is pages are typically static content, whereas posts typically have more dynamic content that will automatically be sent to readers as well as displaying on the front page of your site. So you see here are my latest posts on my site if I scroll down, but pages do not automatically show up like this. When pages might have things such as an about page or a contact page, and I would have to link to these perhaps from my menu bar or perhaps my sidebar. Creating a new page is easy though, and I'm just going to hop over to the WordPress dashboard and show you how. You should be familiar with this by now, and on the left hand side we want to hover over pages and then press add new. This is going to take us to the WordPress content creation screen, which is exactly the same for posts. You've got a couple of changes which I'll talk you through here. In the center of the page there you've got your standard title and content. I'm just going to add some content in here. You might have a title such as our story. I'm just going to paste in some content I've already created. I can add new media and as well as styling as you would normally. So I'll just drop in an image here by just creating a space there by pressing return and attaching this picture of a boardroom scene to describe the our story page a bit better. And you'll see on the right hand side I've got the same options as I do for posts, where I can set it to pending review if it needs to be approved by someone else, as well as choose the visibility to be public, password protected, or private. I'm going to set mine to public, and you'll probably want to do the same. I can also schedule pages should I want to, but I'll just leave that blank. So if I now click publish, then I can view my page on my site. And we're going to see that I've got the page looking how you would expect there. However, if I visit the home page, you're not going to see the page on the home page by default, and I would have to add that in manually, either using a pages widget or perhaps in the menu bar as I mentioned before. So that's the difference between posts and pages. This page is static content which will not appear on the dynamic parts of your site. If I want to edit the page, then once I'm logged in, you'll see the admin bar shows up over the top. And once you're on the page, you just need to click edit page in order to get back to this editing screen. And here you can again make any of the changes you wanted. So if I realized that I wanted this in bold, I could make that change very quickly and just press update to save those changes. On the right hand side, you've also got page attributes, and here you can select a parent page. And if you click that drop down, that's going to drop down all of the published pages you have on your site. And you can use this to create subpages should you wish. You've also got order, and you can use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. in order to set an order for pages on some sections of your site. So if you're using the pages widget, then you could set an order here to control the order at which your pages display on that widget. On some themes here, you're also going to have a page template option, and you'll be able to use a drop down to select a template similar to this one. This will allow you to select some specifically built templates for your theme, such as a homepage or perhaps no sidebars, that kind of thing. You can set that here. If you're using a theme with specific page templates that need to be created, then you might need to create a new page and then just select the page template but leave the content blank in order to get that set up for your theme. And you would just need to publish that and then go into your theme settings and select that page. The default WordPress theme doesn't have any page templates built in though, which is why I'm not seeing that option there. You also have, as with post, the option for a featured image, and you can just set that by clicking the featured image button. I'm just going to update that, and that was going to save all of the changes I've made to my page. I'm just going to show you one final thing, which is the Pages menu. So if I just click on Pages on the left-hand side on the WordPress dashboard, then you'll see here I can manage all of the pages I've got published. If I hover over these, I've got Edit, Quick Edit, Trash, and View. And here I can click any of these in order to get back to, for example, the editing screen by clicking Edit. But you've also got the Quick Edit that you might be familiar with from posts. We can change a number of things quickly, such as the title, slug, date, and so on. And you can also check this box to disallow comments, which you might want to do more so on pages than posts. And you can also do this for all of your pages. So for example, the sample page, which is included with the default installation of WordPress, I might want to move that to my trash now that I've got our story published. And that's really all there is to it with pages. You just need to, from your dashboard, go to Pages and then Add New. And here you've got the same content creation screen that hopefully you're familiar with by now. You can add your title, add your content. The only difference with pages is there are no categories or tags as such. This is just for static content. For that kind of content, you'd want to create a post. Choose your parent page if you would like one to create a hierarchy, and also the order and a page template if you've got one. Those are the specific options for pages. That's really all there is to it. Just click Publish or Update when you're done. And you do also have that preview button available to you there, so you can test out what it looks like before you hit Publish. Hopefully this has been a helpful introduction to pages in WordPress, and thank you very much for watching. Categories and tags are the two ways of organizing your content in WordPress. You can add categories and tags to any post, and in this video I'm going to be telling you all about them. So categories are a way of grouping content that's similar around the same theme. So if you run a food blog, for example, you might have a category of recipes and then perhaps a subcategory of main meals and also desserts. And so you see categories can have a hierarchy. You can have main meals as a subcategory of the recipes category. However, tags have no such relationship, and you might want to tag your content with all of the keywords relevant to the post. So for example, if I was making a main meal recipe on my food blog, then I might want to have tags for the different types of main ingredients I've got involved. And you can have as many of those as you like, and indeed you can have as many categories as you like, and you can add posts to multiple categories as well. I'll show what this looks like by taking this post I've got published on my site, and if I go to edit this now, then on the right hand side here, this is where you'll see all of your categories and all of your tags on your post. You can see I've got this post in two categories, which is news and domestic. And I've got that indicated by the tick box here, and I can just add or remove categories by ticking those. I can also add a new category here, and I can choose the name of the category. I just need to type this in. So for example, I might have sport and press add new, and then I can also add parent categories. So if I want to have tennis as a subcategory of sport with sport as the parent category, I just need to select sport and then add tennis in there. And you're going to see that I've got that as a category hierarchy there. So my tennis post is would be a subcategory of the sport post. And you can tick as many of those as you like. If I just update this and then hop back to my site, then we'll see how this looks for visitors. And you can see that visitors can use these categories and tags in order to sort content they're interested in. So at the bottom of the post, I've got a link to the two categories I've got this post in. So if I click on news, then this will take me to the news category. This will display all of the posts in this category, so with the most recent first. And users can use this to navigate and find content that they're interested in. If I just head back to edit this post again, then we'll have a look at tags now. And if I scroll down, then we'll see that I've got these two tags are added already. So I've got party and the politician added here. I might add things such as the location, as well as other people of interest or other significant points or significant keywords about this article. So I might just add that in there and press add, and I can just remove any of those categories that I don't want by pressing the cross there, as well as I can choose from my most popular and most used tags here just by pressing that there. You typically want to try and use the same tags throughout your posts in order to group those posts and make them useful as a way of navigating. So if I just update this again, you'll see, as with categories, if we just visit our site, then at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of this post, we're going to see that we've got, these are the tags. So if I click on London, for example, then this would take me to the tag archive for London, where I would see all of the posts tags London. And you can see here that this is a way for users to navigate your site. If I head over to the WordPress dashboard now though, and hover over posts, you'll see I've got two options for categories and tags. I'm just going to click on categories. This will take me to the page manager for categories. And here I can manage all of my categories. So I can add extra categories here using this field on the left hand side, including a description which might display on your theme, as well as I can see all of the posts in these categories by clicking here. So if I want to see all of the posts in the news category, I need to click on that, and I can manage those there. And I've also got some options for editing. So if I want to edit the media category, I can perhaps add a description here or choose a parent category, as well as the quick edit, similar to how you've got on posts. And so I can change the category name or media. So I might have, if I just wanted to show you what that looks like, I could just add an exclamation mark there, hit save, and that's all done. You also have some options for bulk actions, including deleting your categories, but I'm just going to leave mine as they are. It's a very similar process for tags. You're going to see that you've got option to add new tags down the left hand side with a name, slug or URL, and description. And you've got all of the tags and all of the posts in those as well. And again, you've got edit and quick edit where you can add those in there, as well as it showing your popular tags there. So these are ways of organizing content on your site. Really easy to use, and categories and tags, make use of them, and it's going to make your user experience on your site that much easier. That's all there is to it, and thank you very much for watching. Adding images to your website used to be a long and cumbersome process, but thankfully WordPress makes this really easy to do. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to add images to your website powered by WordPress. So in order to do this, I'm going to add some images to a post I've already created. So I'm just going to go into posts and then click on this note I've already added. It just has some plain text and it's the aside post format. All of your images live in the WordPress media library. This is just a library of all of the media, so it's not just images, things such as PDFs and MP3s, all of the media that you've added to your site. And it's literally a process of drag and drop. I'm just going to press return here in order to create a space to add my image. Then I'm just going to find the folder where I've got my image saved and just drag and drop in order to upload where I want it to display on my website. And so once that's uploaded, you're going to see that this loading bar has finished. And we have a preview of the image displaying here. You're then going to see we've got a number of options down the right hand side where we can set things such as a title, a caption, alt text, and a description. So the title is obviously the title of the image. So I'm going to call this image Thinking Aloud. And then we can add a caption. This is what's going to display below your image, and it just adds a bit of descriptive interest for your readers. So you might want to use this caption in order to just tell a little bit of story about the image, for example. So I might add the caption that this picture was taken on holiday in 2014, for example. The alt text is typically used for accessibility and for search engines. So this is literally a description of the image. So for example, you might have the place it's taken, or you could just copy the title, which is something that only displays on the back end. The description is a longer description, so you might want to use the title as a basis for this and just add some extra text here. So you want your description to be a full description of the image. You can leave any of these blank should you wish to. You then have the option to align left, center, right, or none. I'm going to leave this as none, so I don't have anything either side of it. And you can also choose whether to link to the file itself, that's the media file, the attachment page, so that will be a separate page on your blog which will only display the image. You can have a custom URL, so you can send this to any URL you want, or you can have no link on the image. You also have the option to set the size. So full size is the size you've uploaded, but WordPress will also create a smaller, large, medium, and then thumbnail size. I'm going to set this as large to display this fully on my post. And you just need to click Insert into Post, and then that's going to add that picture to your post. If you then click on the image again, then we can choose quickly the alignment. So if I wanted to align this left, for example, I could then align that and then make that smaller. And we're going to see that the text wraps around that. You could also align center, right, or have no alignment as we had before. And if you press edit then you're going to get to the image details screen, which will allow you to change quickly the caption and the alternative text, as well as these alignments here. The size, you see we've got a custom size now because we dragged to rearrange that, and also the link. If you click on advanced options, you've got a number of CSS options, as well as the title attribute should you want to do that. You probably just want to leave that blank though. On the right hand side, you've got another option, which is edit the original, and this is going to allow you to edit the image within WordPress itself. Here you can do things such as select an area of the image and then crop, as well as rotate, mirror horizontally or vertically, as well as undo those. So if I wanted to make this image slightly smaller, then I would just need to make that crop and then press save. Then we're going to see that we've got that image is slightly cropped there, and if I click update, then we're going to see that change reflected on the post, and I could now move that around again in order to resize that and align that left, for example. I'm just going to have this image as full width, I think, and then have no alignment, and I'm just going to show you a couple more options you've got for editing. So I'm just going to add another photo in here. I can do that by pressing add media instead of dragging and dropping. And this will allow me to access media files I've already uploaded that are already in my media library. So you'll see we have the two tabs, upload files and media library, and I have these three images here that I've already added. Here I have the title and caption already added in, and I can just insert this into post, but I can also access the edit image page just by pressing edit image here. And we're going to see I've got a couple more options. I can scale the image here by just inputting some dimensions here, or I can crop the image but using a specific aspect ratio. So if I wanted to make a 1:1 aspect ratio, for example, I could make my selection there and then select 1:1, and we're going to see I've got a 1:1 aspect ratio. I can now click the crop button in order to crop that and then save that image, and you can see I've got a nice square Instagram style image. And now I might want to import a medium size, perhaps aligned right into my post, and we're going to see what that looks like. Once you're done with those, you can just click update or publish in order to add those to your post. And if we view our post now, we're going to see we've got the large image with no alignment going all the way across, with a link to the media file as well. And also we've got this square one aligned right, displaying lower down on the post. And so you see adding media in WordPress is very simple. You just need to drag and drop, and then you can resize these in order to move them around to get it displaying how you want. Just one final thing to show you then, which is if we take a look at media on the left hand side, this will take us to the media library manager. And here we can see we've got all of the media we've added to the media library. And you can also add new items here without needing to do it in a post. So you can drag and drop or select files there. And you can also access the media library and those editing options should you wish to, without needing to go into a post. So WordPress has some really powerful options for using media in your posts. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and thank you very much for watching. Video is one of the most exciting types of content you can add to your site, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to embed a video onto your WordPress powered site. Now this process is exactly the same for posts and for pages, so I'm just going to create a new post here and add a video in here. So just go to post, click add new, and then I'm just going to add a title here, which is showing off this latest video. I have two options here. I can either embed the video using a third-party service such as YouTube or Vimeo, or I can upload the video directly onto my site. I'm going to show you first what it looks like with the video directly uploaded to your site. you want to click Add Media, and then you just need to drag and drop the video you want to upload in. So here I'm just going to upload the My Theme Shop video introduction, and we're just going to see WordPress upload that content. And once that's completed, we're going to see that the attachment details show, and we can have a title, which is just used in the back end. We can also add a caption such as video from my theme shop, and as well as a description, which is just a longer description that is used on the site. You then have the options to link to the file directly, link to an attachment page, or embed the media player. You probably want to embed the media player, which will allow visitors to watch the video directly on your site. You just need to click Insert into Post, and that's going to add that video into your post. I can now make use of a video post type because I happen to have one, and if I just click Publish, then we're going to see what this looks like. You'll notice we've got a live preview of the video here, and you can even play this directly, as well as press Edit in order to make any edits. So you'll see we have an MP4 here, and we also have some alternative sources, which is something you can do with HTML5. We can also choose whether to preload, autoplay, and loop. So I might want to leave autoplay on, but loop off. Now just click Update, and it's going to make those changes for me now. And this is using something called HTML5, so the video is just played directly in the browser. So if I just update that, and if we have a look at the post live on our site, then we're going to see that we've got this video, which now autoplays, and it's just embedded directly in the site. So if we right click on that, we'll see there's no flash or anything like that. It's just loading through the browser. If I hop back to edit the video though, and then we just remove this video just by clicking on it and clicking remove, then I'll show you what it looks like to embed a video using a third-party service. So I've got this YouTube video here, and I want to embed it into my WordPress post, and I just need to do that by clicking share, and I just need to copy that link there, go back to my post, and then paste it in. WordPress is now going to take that and automatically get all of the embed codes for me to embed a video from a third-party service such as YouTube, or it's the same for Vimeo or such like. You just need to copy and paste the link in, and that's all there is to it. Just hit return on that, and WordPress is going to do that automatically for you. So if I just click update on that, and then we visit the post live on our site, then we're going to see that the video is embedded and everything works. And if I click play, then you can see that's all working on the site, and it's really all there is to it. So embedding video in WordPress is very simple to do and a great way of enhancing your content. If you're uploading directly onto the site, then bear in mind that's going to have an impact on your bandwidth, and also might be a little bit slower to load. So you probably want to be using a third-party service such as YouTube or such as Vimeo. But to upload, you just need to click Add Media, drag and drop, fill in the settings you want, and then insert that into the post. For a third-party site, all you need to do is just paste in the link. If you are using a site which isn't supported by WordPress to automatically pick up the code, you just need to click on text and then paste in your embed code there. That's how you would do that. But that's all there is to it. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and thank you very much for watching. WordPress has built in a feature called Post Formats, and this allows you to choose an appropriate format to change the style of your post to fit your content. In today's quick video, I'm going to be showing you how to use post formats on your WordPress site. First thing to do is to head over to the new post screen, and you want to do that to head over from your WordPress dashboard, hover over posts, and then click add new. From here, you're going to see the standard content area in the center, but on the right hand side, we've got this post format box. Now this isn't supported by all WordPress themes, so if you don't see this, then your theme does not support post formats, and you can move on from this video, but this will show you how to use post formats if you've got them. They are included in a lot of WordPress themes. So these are different ways of styling your post to suit the type of content. Standard is the default what you'll normally find on a blog post, and this is typically used just for standard blog posts where you've just got some content, perhaps some images and some text and some video as well perhaps. So I'm just going to add a title here showing post formats. Then I'm just going to paste in some content I've already created. With the standard post format, if I now publish that, then we're going to see what that looks like. I'll just open that up in a new area. And here we'll see we've just got a standard blog post. And we've just got the content displaying with the title and the content below it. If I change this to an aside though, then update that, I'll show you what this looks like here. If we now refresh, then we're going to see that the title is made smaller and it says aside at the bottom, and you can also sort by all of those asides. But if I visit the homepage of my site, then we're going to say this is a smaller type of content that fits more compactly. And the idea is that it's used for just little aside comments that you want to make on your site. For the next post format, which is images, I'm going to create a new post again, and this time I'm just going to add an image to it. So the image I want to use is a picture of a city at night. So I'm just going to add that title in and then press Add Media and upload the image I want to add here. So I'm just going to drag and drop this onto the WordPress media library. And I'm just going to add a caption to this, which will say, snapped this photo of the city at night. You can of course add whatever caption you'd like. I'm just going to insert that into the post. So you've got the picture with the caption on it. If I now set that post format to image and click publish, then I'll show you what this looks like. If we just view this post, then we're going to see we've got the picture with the title displayed slightly smaller. And again, you're going to see at the bottom, we've got the post type listed as the image, and we can then sort by those types of post type. And if we look at the home page, then we'll see we've got this image displaying here and the aside, and then our standard post type. And you can just see what that looks like there. The other post types you've got include video, quotes, link, gallery, a status, audio, and chat. Video is much the same. You just need to insert the video instead of your image. I'll show you what quotes look like here. If I just add a new post, then I can add in my post title, which is a quote from Steve Jobs I want to add here. And then I can just paste in my quote and put it in a block quote, and then attribute that as well. If I use the quote post format and publish that, then we're going to see if we view the post what that looks like, and you'll see we've got the quote post format, and I might perhaps like to use that without the post title. And this is just another way you've got of using these post formats in order to get the styling on your blog exactly how you want it. So now if we visit the homepage of our blog, we're going to see we've got this quote without the title, and then the other post formats we've got, and you'll see it integrates a little bit nicer with our site. If we just head back to the new post area though, for links and galleries, it's much the same as the others. It's just a way of quickly dropping in a link post, or if you're inserting a gallery. A status, I'll show you what this looks like. You might want to use this for updating on your site. So if I just had a quick update, and I might want to put a update about scheduled maintenance, or just anything like that. And that's what you probably want to use the status for, and that's going to display like this. If we just have a look here, then you'll see you've got the status displaying below that. And on some sites that might also include your avatar along with that, in order to add that as a more Facebook style status on that. And the last one to show you are audio and chat. These are typically used for the audio ones. If you're displaying any audio embeds such as a podcast or music from SoundCloud or the like. And chat you'd want to use for a conversation. And again, you could use the block quotes in order to use that. But as you see, using post formats is really easy. All you need to do is select the post format that you want to use. You can, of course, use any of these for any type of content if you specifically like the styling. And if you don't have those on your theme, that's because they don't support them. But you'll want to check these out and see how your theme reflects each of the different post formats. And some of them will add a unique twist to all of those. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and thank you very much for watching.